Hi guys, this is Caller Tom and Venom Lily, and we're just doing our Dreadnoks video. In the background is a thing from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We bought the box set one time, and I thought it looked cool enough that we could even put it as a stand. This piece is from Fisher-Price, and it had like little pirates and knights and a castle and stuff. And so we just kind of used it for a base. And we can put a little prisoner there and pretend that they captured a Joe. And you can pretend that he got caught and put into the jail.
Rarely Joes get captured, but they do. But
yeah. So now they're locked into the jail. Now this is my Buzzer. We had a different head on here, but it got stuck in our bug.
Oh yeah.
And we have this is a monkey wrench from 1986 with a bunch of grenades. And I think he looks good there. Here's Torch. We don't have actually Torch's weapon. I don't actually even understand what this thing is. But it looked like a Dreadnok thing because it's kind of Dreadnoks used improvised weapons. Here's Crystal Ball. And I know Crystal Ball isn't actually a Dreadnok. And this gun is actually from a Techno Viper. But I thought Crystal Ball looked pretty cool doing it. And
Crystal Ball is creepy. He has red eyes.
Yes, if you can see that, he's got red eyes.
But I gotta say, I have two favorite characters here. These two right there.
Yeah, Xandar and Zarana. And this is the non-earring Zarana. She doesn't have any earrings. But I don't pretend Crystal Ball is actually a part of Cobra. I think of him as the dad of Xandar and Zarana, and not a Cobra interrogator spy guy. And here's Thrasher. He's been kind of modified. It's actually Thrasher's head, and I think his arm and his legs, but it's a Cobra Law Royal Guard there. And I'm not even sure whose arm, somebody's arm. And I think Ripper's crotch piece, waist piece, but I'm not exactly sure.
We did buy a bunch of parts off of eBay, and then we sometimes make our own characters.
And here is a prime example of one of our own characters. I call him Rayjack. He's got arms of somebody else. Raptor's body. Nagahai's head, Raptor's legs, but somebody else's, totally somebody else's. I think it's Beachhead's waist piece. But I always pair him up with this guy because since they have so much in common, I say that Raptor would make a better Dreadnok than a Cobra. He's kind of got that bizarre look and like future apocalypse kind of looking thing like the other Dreadnoks got. And since they're made from the same parts, basically, I think of them as really good pair. And I usually pretend that the necklaces that they have are communication devices and that they can talk to each other when they're out doing missions. Oh, and he has Xandar's backpack with arrows on it. Here's another guy that actually is not he's actually a Dreadnok too, but this is actually how he looks. This was not a made guy. I know he kind of looks a little unusual, and he's got big mustache and, well, pretend hair, but like real hair. I think he's the only G.I. Joe that's got the real hair. And an eye patch because he's a pirate, but That doesn't mean he has eye problems. That actually probably means that he's got stuff for night vision. And even though this guy isn't a Dreadnok, I think because they live in a swamp and live in a swampy kind of area,
this is also another one of my favorite characters because, well, of the alligator.
Of the alligator, who can actually has an articulated snout. So that's really cool.
We got this guy at Freak Toys, I know.
Yes, and
we get most of our toys at Freak Toys.
Yes, and he's got his, unlike my vintage one that actually has a different bottom leg. I have Crocmaster here, the vintage one, but even though I love the vintage one, the 25th anniversary one is very cool. He's got a very realistic form. He's got his alligator. I'm pretty sure this is actually an alligator, not a crocodile, but that's kind of neither here nor there. And I like that in this figure, unlike the old one who had a place for the breathing tube, but no like apparatus for the breathing tube to go into, this new one, the 25th anniversary, actually has a breathing tube for him to go into the actual air tank. And so he can actually breathe in the swamp gases. The swamp gases can be very poisonous and can make you very sick. So, but yeah, alligator can open real big, kind of big. Oh, and can always have him scaring the G.I. Joe and him trying to kind of run away from it. Ah, an alligator! Ah! Here, he's got to be more like this. Oh no, an alligator! Oh, and
just standing there like whatever.
Okay, now this is something I wanted to show only because I don't understand what it is. Actually, I understand what this is. He has a gun. He has a gun that I don't actually have the gun, but he's got the gun that shoots arrows. Here are the arrows, here are the points. And I'm not sure what that is. I'm guessing that's like a water canteen or something. But the thing that I was actually wondering if any fans understood what is on her backpack. It almost looks
like a water bottle right there.
Yeah, but I can't tell. And there's other kind of details here.
Stop moving for a second.
That I don't understand what this is. Is it a gun? Is it water bottles? Is it...
What you're looking at is pink. What we're looking at is red, so...
Yeah, it's kind of getting washed out a little bit. It's kind of not focusing very well, but we're trying to do that. And if anybody can say what this is... Otherwise, is it she bends over and it's supposed to be a gun? I don't know. This is actually the very first time I've ever owned this toy. We bought this off of eBay. I mean, the figure itself is just fine, but I never had this toy as a kid. So I don't understand what her backpack is supposed to be. I have the file card, but the file card mentions nothing of the backpack, so...
Well, that was mostly our video. Well, in the comment section below, tell us which one to do next. Do you like the Technodrome, which is actually Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, but we turned it into Cobra? And if you want either Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle or this, did you want the Star Wars Base? or the Maverick, I think.
Yes, Maverick and Vector. The airplane's the Vector.
Or would you like this? So, leave it in the
Comments section and let us know.
Bye.
Bye.